We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Yeah, this is Everton Blender. And it's all about the young police from Jamaica, seeing Young Police Channel. Big up yourself, Everton Blender said that. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of.
Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers, at the channel we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madden. Moving on to our video.
Yeah, so right now you're looking at a man, his name is Javon Pinnock. Yeah man, Javon Pinnock, and he's wanted in New York for the murder of Javon Jamison. Yeah man, and we want this man off the street, we want him out like now. Javon Pinnock is wanted by NYP for the brutal murder of Javon Jamison. Pinnock, along with an accomplice, gunned down Jamison outside the Pure Lounge nightclub in Queens, New York on April 8, 2023. Jamison, a 23-year-old from North Lauderdale, Florida, was shot multiple times and succumbed to his injuries at Jamaica Hospital. And Jamaica Hospital is not in Jamaica, it's in New York, so them kill him in America. So Pinnock is currently on the run and is believed to be hiding in Jamaica. His accomplice, Christopher King, has already been arrested and charged with murder. Second time now, him charged with murder, you know. King, you know, in New York, you know. So Pinnock is described as black, look like frog. I mean, 5 feet, 10 inches, and 220 pounds, with a scar on his left cheek, or you can say face. So if you have any information on Pinnock whereabouts, please contact 119 in Jamaica and let the police them know so this carousing is wanted by the police in New York, and they would issue the warrant to extradite him. There's an extradition warrant out for him this month. But please, we're begging you, we're beseech you, use your conscience, please, for once. Don't follow the criminal-minded Jamaicans, man. Protect criminals, because look, the same boy that you're protecting today, tomorrow he might turn on you. Alright, so moving on to today's video. Yeah, so over here by the Jamaica Young Police, I will tell you this, so if you're not learning anything over here, you're at the wrong channel. So right now you're looking at a member of parliament. Her name is Angela Brownburg. Come on, so MP Angela Brownburg's father as Jamaica's most wanted man in 1980. Her father name is Tony Brown. That's the reward, that's the thing that Edward Seagard published, you know, you understand. We used to have a thing called the Star, the same Star, where on the front page, it used to come out every Monday. You would see Jamaica's 10 most wanted men. And you must say, just like what you say, her father. And then the following week, who get killed by the police, you say X-Cross and face and all of these things. I talk from memory, I will remember all of these things. So that's her father. His name is Anthony Brown. Them call him Tony Brown, them call him Tico Brown. He come from Warwick Isle. Yeah, man, I don't know him personally, but I have quarrels of family with their own him all kind of madness. We don't support their kind of lifestyle and philosophy. So, he and another one named Jard Flash, yeah man, them call him Froggy. Them escaped. They were wanted to kill a government official in a man named Ted Ogilvy. Murder him, and they were on Jamaica's most wanted list. These men escaped. They escaped justice from Jamaica and Runga, Cuba. That's how I tell you, we and Cuba and a friend, because Fidel Castro had these men in Cuba for 13 years, and them return to Jamaica to a era's welcome. Yeah, man, return, and you don't know the corrupt police, them a CIB headquarters. At the time, in 1993, it was the PNP LGBTQ plus government was in power. Yeah, and yeah, man, them return to Jamaica as eras after them commit crimes against Jamaican people. And because, you know, the corrupt police, them CIB headquarters was known. Those of you who used to be on the street as a police, a detective, back then in Kingston Metropolitan here, and especially when you're from a PNP community like yours truly, criminals, people who are affiliated with the PNP, they will tell you things, you understand? I've never seen myself as a PNP police. I always see myself as a police officer, not aligned to any political party. I don't believe in who is right, I believe in what is right. So the criminals in Jamaica label the CIB headquarters as PNP headquarters. Them time you have, you know, Tony Hewitt and all of these guys down there, and Garnet Daly and George Williams, all of these police officers, and you used to have a guy where he become a deputy commissioner, one named Bailey. I just pay PNP police and them thing. PNP, yeah, and if you're not PNP, you can't move up the rank, or you understand what I'm saying? I just saw it go. If them see somebody who's not in line with them and them criminality, yeah, I get. They might make sure them put a spokes in your career and make sure to, you know, elevate in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, because you know carrying a water for a guy. So it's like for me and them thing I just never ever care about, you know, these people, you understand? All I do, you know, throughout my life, I don't believe in who's right. I just do what's right. And that was it. So we don't want it to happen again. No criminal, you know, wanted and run away to another country. So what we need, as we tell you over here now, we have suggested certain things how the government can reel in things, and this is a thing what we need. We need the need for a trial in absentia law. Yeah, maybe some people at first might hear this. Trial in absentia, no matter, this is justice without borders. So when a guy run from Jamaica can kill somebody like Tony Broad and George Flash and then come back and he was welcome and then go to court and become a witness and this and that. No, we try the case behind your back. You leave the country illegally, the case is going to be tried. This will be known in the public sphere and all of these things that you are wanted. Because if you leave the country illegally, that is your business, you know. You understand? That means that is to show that you're called guilty conscience. Once you leave the country illegally, there's a thing called guilty conscience. Yes, once you leave the country illegally. Yeah, man. So right now you're looking at Tony Brown and George Flash. Tony Brown and George Flash should be tried in absentia. If both men were tried in absentia for the murder of Ted Ogilvy, these men would not return to Jamaica now. They're still dead and they would die in Cuba. But because they know of the corrupt system and them have the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization was in power, they know say corruption rampant and a corruption role. And you know the detectives them at the CIB headquarters, you know them licky and I just saw it go. So running from justice, your guilty conscience can't save you. That's if you wanted, them say you wanted if you killed somebody and you run. Are you guilty conscience that? Jamaicans, let's speak the truth. When somebody's someone is wanted for a crime and flees the country illegally, they are not innocent. They are not an innocent person trying to escape injustice. They are a guilty person trying to escape accountability. Yes. So if you, yeah man, I mean, I tell you, so if you are accused of a crime, but no, you are innocent, you stand and face the justice system. You fight your case, you prove your innocence, and you clear your name. But when you run away in the dead of night, sneak onto a boat, forge documents to flee, or hide in a foreign land under a different identity, that is not the behavior of an innocent person. That's the behavior of guilty conscience at work. You know what you did? You know you violated the law. You know you violated someone's human rights, whether it was murder, rape, robbery, or some other heinous crime. And now you are running because you fear the consequences. You can run, but you can't hide. Jamaica is a small island, but the world is even smaller for fugitive of justice. So no matter where you go, you will always be looking over your shoulder. Every knock at the door, every uniform officer you see, every news report about a criminal caught overseas, all of it will remind you that you are a wanted man or woman. Some criminals believe that fleeing the island, they can escape their sins. They think that distance will erase their crimes and that time will make people forget and that one day they can return as if nothing happened. But Jamaicans will never forget and justice will never expire. Once you're a fugitive, you are living on borrowed time. You are not free. You are just a prisoner without a cell. Every time you use a fake name, every time you dodge authority, every time you avoid returning home, you are proving to the world that you are guilty. Innocent people do not run from justice. Guilty people do. Leaving illegally means you have already judged yourself guilty. The moment you flee the highland in secret, you are telling the entire world and the country that you know you did something wrong. If you are innocent, if you were innocent, you would stay and fight to prove it. But because your conscience is heavy with guilt, you run. You may escape the law today, but justice will always catch up. You cannot hide forever. Technology, international law enforcement cooperation and immigration tracking means one day your luck will run out. When that day comes, Jamaica will waiting for you with a prison cell ready. So that's why we say justice without borders. No safe havens or criminals. None. Zero. So again, no matter what you run on them thing, we have justice without borders. You understand? I was over here saying we're all about educating the people. We don't do things because we want nobody feel like we. We are from the belly of the beast. We're not in that. You understand? See. So this is why Jamaica must enact the justice without borders bill. Yeah, law. It's time to put an end to criminals fleeing the island and believe they can return years later without facing consequences. Under this law, if you flee illegally and your name is publicly declared as wanted, your case will proceed without you. A trial in absentia will determine your guilt. So that look here now, witnesses now if you hide and worry about you because you done run gone. So them you don't have to face your accuser, but the witness is there to make sure that the trial will go on. So if convicted, you get a one of free lawyer, the PMP them socialize all the justice system for you. If convicted, your prison sentence will be waiting for you the moment you set foot back in Jamaica. No delay, no second chances, no bargaining. Your right to appeal will be gone once your sentence is served. The law will ensure that criminals never escape their punishment, whether they run to Cuba, the United States, England, Canada, or anywhere else. So if you are a fugitive, listen carefully. You can run, but you can't hide. You can change your name, but the law will find you. You can flee the highland, but justice will be waiting for your return. You may think you have escaped, but you have only delayed the inevitable. Jamaica is done with criminals thinking they can escape accountability by running away. No more Tony Browns, no more Jard Flash, no more murderers and rapists slipping through the cracks. Your time is running out. Justice is coming for you. Jamaicans, let's stand together and demand justice without borders. No more fugitives living in luxury or abroad while their victims suffer in silence. If you break the law, you will pay the price, no matter where you run. So that's why we want justice without borders. We don't say criminal mind people them vexing about, hey, we don't care, I just say it because we don't like them. These laws often refer to us trial in absentia. Would ensure that criminals, killers, robbers, rapists, gang leaders and other offenders are held accountable for their crimes, regardless of their locations. Such legislation would serve as a powerful tool to strengthen the Jamaican justice system and close loopholes that have historically allowed criminals to evade responsibilities for their actions. Like in America, you think the American government, that's why you can't have no Italian be American president in the car there. Yeah man, them say, allegedly them predisposed of criminal behavior. I mean, them and the Irish unleash some criminality, you understand, on the American people. back in our days. So the need for trial in absentia law. Currently, many individuals wanted for serious crimes in Jamaica exploit the lack of legal framework that allow for prosecution in their absence. These offenders flee the country, secure refuge in foreign jurisdiction, often continue their criminal activities without facing any consequences. This situation undermines the rule of law, emboldening other criminals and perpetuate a cycle of violence and impunity. One glaring historical example is a case of Anthony Tony Brown and Jard Flash, also known as Froggy. Both men were wanted for murder of Ted Ogilvy but fled to Cuba, where they were given refuge by Fidel Castro for 13 years. Upon their return to Jamaica, instead of facing justice, they were celebrated as heroes within certain political and community factions, including the members of the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization communities like Rockfort, Warwick Isle, all of the PNP, yeah man. Boy, all man from jungle, them go out there and them heal them as hero, and cause these men did have all some gun and them bury up a Warwick Island, M16s and all of these things, and them rise them up, cause them did preserve 13 years. Only Jard Flash and Tony Brown alone knows why them hide them gun here. Yeah, these guns. So this failures to hold them accountable set a dangerous precedent, signaling to criminals that fleeing the country could effectively absolve them of their crimes. So if we are trialing absentia, then when both men, them would have stay at Cuba and dead, they want to come back to Jamaica because they know say a prison cell and wait for them. So accountability regardless of location. That's why we say benefits of enacting trial in absentia laws. These laws ensure that individuals who commit crimes cannot escape justice simply by leaving Jamaican soil. By conducting trial in absentia, their guilt or innocence can be determined in a court of law with penalties awaiting their return. Streamline law enforcement. When such individuals are eventually deported to Jamaica, yes, they can be immediately apprehended and sent directly to prison based on the verdict of their trial. This eliminates the need to restart lengthy legal proceedings upon their re-entry. Protection for witnesses and victims. Witnesses and complainants can testify via secure video conferencing without revealing their locations, significantly reducing the risk of intimidation, harassment, or harm. This provision encourages more people to come forward and strengthen the cases against the accused. Deterrence against crime. The knowledge that fleeing the country will not save them from prosecution serves as a deterrent for potential offenders. Criminals will understand they cannot escape accountability no matter where they go. Alignment to international norms. Many countries have enacted similar provisions to address cross-border criminality effectively. By adopting such laws, Jamaica will signal its commitment to justice and align itself with international standards. So the case of Brown and Flash demonstrate how political interference and community glorification of criminals can erode justice. Their return to Jamaica without consequences not only insulted the memory of their victims, but also emboldened a culture that celebrates lawbreakers. The government must ensure that history does not repeat itself by insulting mechanism to hold criminals accountable even in their absence. Yeah, and look here, if you have read this far in our video, I haven't subscribed to the Jamaica Young Police channel. Subscribe, man. Like the video, share the video with your friend, your girlfriend, and just, hey, look here, those of you who don't want to type anything long, just type I am here to show that you are not a ghost. When we say ghost, it means bot. That means a B-O-T, bot. That means you buy views and them thing. So by you doing that and them thing, and then reduce the views, the number of views. That's what them say. Because when people watch a video and comment and like it and them thing, them say, boy, it's bot. You understand? Like, somebody release a video and in an hour, book 50,000, 100,000, them say a bot. So because the bot, them can't post comment, So because of that now, them, me find way for put a spoke in your channel. You understand? So remember, the government must the government must ensure that history does not repeat itself by instituting mechanism that hold criminals accountable even in their absence. So when a guy run around them thing and he say, oh, yeah, I'm good. No, you're not good. We are telling that. You're not good. You got a workhouse and them thing there. You understand? So implementation strategies, legislative framework, pass laws enabling trial in absentia for serious crimes such as murder, rape and gang-related activities. Define clear procedures to ensure that the accused are given adequate representation and opportunities to participate remotely if they choose. Yeah, so you understand. So look here, a guy, you wanted all of these things, it's just simple. When you run it, you still no escape. So international cooperation to strengthen agreement with foreign government to share information about fugitives and facilitate their extradition where possible. Utilize Interpol's resources to track and apprehend suspects abroad. Technological investments. Equip courts with the necessary technology to conduct virtual trials securely, allowing witnesses to testify without fear of retaliation. Public education. Launch a campaign to educate the public on the importance of these laws to counteract narratives that glorify criminals, highlight the role of justice and fostering safe and thriving communities. The time has come for Jamaica to take decisive action against fugitives who commit heinous crimes and evade justice by fleeing overseas. Trial in absentia law would ensure that these individuals are held accountable, protect witnesses from harm and prevent the repetition of past mistakes like mishandling of Judge Flash and Anthony Brown's case. By implementing these measures, the government can restore faith in the justice system and reinforce its commitment to safety and well-being of all Jamaicans. This initiative is not just about justice for today, but about securing safer future for generations to come. So we are exposing criminals and their ears. Yeah man, Angela Brownberg and Danai Williams' daughter, what's her name, Danishka Williams, they have bent their ears to a criminal empire. I mean, the mission of the Jamaica Young Police Channel, our commitment to exposing criminals and their ears, is rooted in the pursuit of justice and the protection of law-abiding citizens. We refuse to allow the mistake of the past to be repeated, especially as we witness the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization ramping up efforts to rehabilitate and reintegrate the very killers who once terrorized the nation. These criminals, many of whom were instrumental in executing political murders during the bloody conflicts of the 1970s that lead up to the 1980 election, have resurfaced in positions of influence. The same criminals who silenced PMP LGBTQ political opponents decades ago are now being celebrated and empowered with political circles. Their children are benefiting from their crimes. Angela Brownberg and Danishka Williams, Danai Williams' daughter. Wow, no one come kill me. Come try now. No more, me keep me number one. Me and no friend. Number one, we need a cat card for come on the military base where me live. Yeah, if you don't have to say me live like a rat, hey, I just say go. Me have everything here. Me not have to go outside. Where me I go outside for? If me have to buy clothes, me can buy it online. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? So the Jamaican people must not allow history to repeat itself. We have seen firsthand how criminals, through political protection, foreign refuge and the rewriting of history, have escaped justice and returned as so-called heroes within the PMP strongholds. These are two prime examples of this. Their names must never be forgotten, as they embody the failures of Jamaica's justice system and the dangers of unchecked political criminality. The poster boys are political murder and injustice. The two most infamous criminals who managed to evade justice with the assistance of the PMP political machinery are Jad Flash, aka Froggy, a known enforcer and political killer, and Anthony Tony Brown, one of Jamaica's most wanted men who orchestrated and participated in political assassinations. Both men were involved in the murder of Ted Ogilvy, a killing that was politically motivated and sanctioned by the PNP leadership. Despite being wanted by law enforcement, they were whisked away to Cuba, where they lived in exile for 13 years under the protection of Fidel Castro. Their exile was not a punishment, but a safe haven, orchestrated through political channels to ensure they escape justice while continuing to serve the interests of the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization from abroad. In 1993, after more than a decade in hiding, these two killers returned to Jamaica, not in handcuffs, but as heroes. Instead of facing trial and answering for their crimes, they were welcomed with open arms in the PNP strongholds of Rockfort and Warwick Hills, Kingston 2. The most shocking revelation in this dark chapter of Jamaica's history is the connection between one of these killers and a prominent PNP figure today, Angela Brownburg, the daughter of murderer Tony Brown. For those who doubt the deep connection between crime and the PNP's criminal enterprise, or the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, look no further than Angela Brownburg. Yes, Member of Parliament Angela Brownburg. Few Jamaicans are aware of Anthony Tony Brown. The same man who escaped justice for murder is her father. Tell her if it's so way, because we have our cousin. We done, I true we not release it in all about being man, you understand, with Bogo killing. The PNP's LGBTQ plus criminal organization influence in shielding criminals is undeniable. When we recognize that Angela Brownburg's husband played a role in ensuring that her father and Jared Flash evaded justice, this is the same Angela Brownburg who has positioned herself as a PNP stalwart, deeply entrenched in the party's leadership, while carrying the legacy of one of Jamaica's most notorious fugitives, her father, Tony Brown. So tell me, what can I say that? Well, we in our world, you know, a criminal, somebody who had murdered people, committed much crimes, political violence, and their daughter, a pass law, and see another one named Danishka Williams. She now run in a sentence, but we know so she not going to win still. But Angela Brownburg is in a safe PNP seat, because remember the seat where she have, the seat is a massacre, genocide. They committed in a PN Avenue and kill the people them and turn it in a PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization community. And the only thing that the PNP know for do is breed criminals like Chink. So this raises question about the integrity of Jamaica's leadership. When you have a woman whose father was a known murderer and a wanted man, and she in a parliament a passed law, you know, you have a criminal's paradise. How many more criminals had found refuge within the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization political structure? How many other heirs of killers are now in position of power, ensuring their father's crimes remain buried? Why were Tony Brown and Jared Flash allowed to re-enter Jamaican society as celebrated figures instead of being prosecuted? The Jamaican Young Police Channel's mission, the reason we expose these criminals and their heirs is simple: justice must not be denied. The PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization and its affiliated criminal networks have long operated under the belief that time will erase their crimes. They count on Jamaicans forgetting history, allowing them to rewrite the narratives and portray murderers as freedom fighters, criminals as patriots, and enforcers of violence as political legends. We refuse to let this happen. Jamaica must learn from the past and ensure that justice is no longer selective or politically controlled. The same mistake made with Tony Brown and Jared Flash must never happen again. Never. If new laws such as trial in absentia had existed then, these criminals would have been tried, convicted, and sentenced, making it impossible for them to return and live freely among the same people they terrorize. Jamaicans must demand accountability from the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization and other political entities that harbor and elevate criminals. The government must enact laws to prosecute criminals in absentia, ensuring that fugitives who flee the country can never escape justice. There must be transparency about politicians and public figures who have criminal ties, especially when they are directly related to murderers and political enforcers. Jamaican law enforcement must be strengthened, preventing future criminals from fleeing and ensuring those who return face imprisonment, not celebration. The Jamaican Young Police Channel will continue to expose these truths, ensuring that Jamaican people never forget the atrocities committed in the name of politics and power. We will not allow criminals to be glorified, and we will not stay silent while history repeats itself. Jamaica deserves better. Justice demands it. So that's why we say now we are justice without borders, ensuring criminals never escape accountability again. Justice without borders. No more safe haven for criminals. So that we want. Jamaica, we must never forget the injustice that's happening in our country when Tony Brown, that's Angela Brown Burke's father, and George Flash murdered Ted Ogilvy and escaped without facing consequences. These criminals fled Jamaica, received political protection, and lived comfortably in Cuba for 13 years, while their victims' family mourn without justice. When they finally returned to Jamaica in 1993, instead of being arrested and tried, they were welcomed as heroes in PMP strongholds. I will tell you already, this betrayal of justice is a disgrace to the memory of the innocent people they murdered, and an insult to every law-abiding citizens. We cannot and will not let this happen again. It is time for justice without borders. A bold and necessary law that ensures that criminals who flee the island to escape justice can never outrun their crimes. If you commit murder, rape, robbery, and any serious crime and flee Jamaica, your case must be tried in absentia. No more waiting, no more loopholes, no more second chances for murderers and gangsters. So we're telling you how justice without borders will work. Once you flee the island illegally and your name is published as a wanted person for a crime, you'll be given a chance to surrender. If you do not turn in yourself in, then all bets are off. Jamaica will move forward with your trial, with or without you. Your case will be tried in absentia, and if found guilty, a sentence will be handed down. You will not be able to manipulate the system by delaying your case until you return. Justice will be served regardless of where you are hiding. If you are ever deported or foolish enough to return to Jamaica, you will be immediately taken into custody and sent to prison to serve your sentence. No new trials, no delays, no special favors. You made your choice. When you run, now you must face your punishment. Your right to appeal will expire once you have served your full sentence. Justice must not wait. There will be no years of dragging out court cases while victim families suffered. If you fled instead of facing trial, then you gave up your right to a fair appeal process. Why Jamaica need this law? For far too long, criminals have been laughing at the system, knowing that if they kill, rob, rape, extort, they can catch a boat, a plane, or a sneak peek out of the country and live freely abroad. We have seen this happen too many times. Murderers, rapists, gang leaders running to Cuba, the United States, the UK, and even Canada, Central America, only to return later and walk free. How many families have suffered in silence while criminals escape accountability? How many witnesses have been silenced because justice was delayed? By doing this, it's easier for the cases to try now. Witnesses don't have to worry about their safety, because guess what? The murderer is not going to be there. The murderer, robber, rapist, they're in another country. So it's easy for you to testify without worrying for your safety. How many young men and women have lost their lives because we keep allowing the cycle of crime to continue? How many? Jamaica must break the cycle. This law is not about politics, it's about revenge. No, it is not about revenge. It is about fairness, safety and justice for every Jamaican. If you do not commit crimes, this law will not affect you. But if you choose to murder, rape or destroy lives, then Jamaica will no longer wait for you to come back and face trial on your terms. No, we must send a strong message. Yeah, we must send a strong message to the criminals. If you kill, you will be convicted. If you run, you will still face justice. If you return, you will go straight to prison. No deals, no delays, no second chances. To the Jamaican people, it's time to take back our country. We must stop glorifying criminals and letting them escape accountability. We must stand up for the lives and for the victims, for the families who have lost loved ones, and for every decent law-abiding Jamaicans who deserve to live in safe and a just society. We cannot and will not repeat the mistake of the past. No more Tony Browns, no more George Flashes, no more justice denied. Justice without borders is the future. Let's make it a law. Mr. Prime Minister, yes. So when a guy run, him can't hide. Borders, he might get him justice. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel, out.